This single sales strategy will going to increase your entire coaching business in year 2026. So what we have started seeing recently is that a lot of our clients are facing issues with their sales. As an agency, you can get them the best quality leads. You can even smooth up their entire operation cycle. You made sure that हमने webinar किया. You made sure that हमने one-on-one किया, BSL किया, and all those different things we did. People are eventually qualified. People are eventually saying that we are interested to join him. But if the sales people gets into the picture and no transaction वहाँ पे होता ही नहीं है. If you can relate with this particular problem, you need to watch this video till the very end, because in this video, I'm going to talk about this single methodology, single psychological hack that you can implement from today in order to scale your entire selling team on that point. And what we have started seeing recently is at the end of the day, you are dealing with humans, and humans think in the same way. They have some kind of objections, they have some kind of trust issues, they have some kind of pricing issues, but hardly in any kind of sales objection, based on my experience, we have seen that there are already 7 to 8 reasons of a prospect saying no. What I personally say to my entire sales team and my client sales team is that you need to put yourself in the end consumer's shoes to understand why these people are not eventually buying. Every objection is not actually an objection. It's just an opportunity for you to provide them in the value to get that transaction happen. We need to change the psychology of closing someone to actually helping someone. This is the way on how we are going to scale things up. Sale, or I would rather say closing, has been super fluctuated on that point that, oh my god, I've closed this particular deal, oh my god, I closed that particular segment. But this is not the way where when I want to see this particular selling kind of methodology where we are quoting closing as a victory. Instead, if I'm going to have a conversation with a person, if he is having some kind of financial issue, I'm more than excited and more than happy to hear his particular objection on that point. That particular objection could be way more smaller for me, but that particular objection for him could be the entire methodology on that point. So what I have seen recently is that on that point that you need to figure out on that thing that, okay, if this is the problem that I'm facing, I'm going to do what? I'm going to have a conversation with them, see what is their particular psychology behind that particular objection, and that accordingly give him a tailored solution. I don't want to win this particular client as a customer today itself, rather I'm going to do all of those things in the next chapter forever. Now we are at a different setup. See, what I was trying to say here is that every individual has its own buying cycle, has its own buying behavior. So what we need to do here, this is one individual who is at a happy end, and this is your end consumer. This is the individual who is at a happy end. This is the phase when that particular individual is going to buy your product and becomes happy. Between that, there is a bridge. Every single bridge is different for every single individual. And as a sales closer, but as a founder who is leading a sales team, you need to understand that, okay, if my end consumer is Arun, at what stage of this entire bridge that particular guy is sitting, or is that particular guy is lying, so that the message that I'm going to say to him would just going to push that individual one step closer towards the dreamland. So this is the level of personalization you need to include in your sales follow-ups moving forward. This is the way where the people or the humans become fan of you, your end consumer become fan of you. Even if your product is way more expensive, still they become fan of you, and that buying association will be going to be moving forward on that point. What we have started seeing for the clients is they just want the pre-patched message that I can just put it into the market and expect people to relate with that. The same methodology. If we are walking on a board and there is a girl who is beautiful enough, she has zero idea about me, I can't directly go to her and ask you, Mary, this is not how the entire thing works. I have to first go introduce her, take her to a multiple dates, and then I've become officially qualified to pitch her to Mary. This is how the entire cycle and the human psychology works. You can't behave in a way that someone who is sitting at a fence to get close versus someone who is completely new to your brand. Their entire messaging would be super personalized based on these particular individuals, and that accordingly your scaling would depend on that particular side of messaging. So, in conclusion, if you genuinely want to scale, teach your sales team, teach yourself that every other individual who is becoming part of your webinar or a BSL or one-on-one and all those different things, they need to follow a structured, personalized follow-up mechanism in order to make them to make them your fans first, and then ask them for the transaction, so that these particular individuals would be more than happy to become your direct association with that point. Start expecting sales in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months, in the next 3 months. This is what typically business owners say a sales cycle. I don't consider this as a sales cycle. My entire company should be focusing on one set, that okay, if the current cost is X, how much immediate sales I can make today to cover up that X, and how much sales I'm expecting out of those months leads in my follow sequencing. This is the kind of calculation that you need to do in year 2026 in order to scale your entire coaching business and figure out where the people are there, figure out where the end consumers are hanging out. Even if your end consumer is getting in the hands of your competitors, still it's a very big opportunity for you. It's not a lost sale, it's a achieved sale. You can go out, ask about the feedback, just bring it into the ecosystem. Create that family bond, create that friendship bond with your end consumer, and you will be blown away by the results. If you like this particular video, click the bell icon, subscribe, like, all those different things you can do, because from now on we'll keep on sharing a lot of insights that we are doing for ourselves, for our clients, to nurture you guys so that in future you can also be our clients.